Welcome back, coin lovers. Rare Coins All World. Today, we have something special for you that could be hiding right in your pocket or in your coin collection. We're talking about the 2009 5 € coin, a coin that many people overlook, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that it could actually be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just getting into the world of rare coins, this one is sure to spark your curiosity. At first glance, the 2009 5 € coin doesn't seem like much. It's a small, copper-plated coin, part of the euro currency used across many countries in Europe. But don't be deceived by its unassuming appearance. There's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. The 5 € coin was introduced in 2002 when the euro replaced many national currencies across Europe. With its relatively low face value, you'd probably pass it by without a second thought. But it's the 2009 version that stands out from the rest. So, what makes the 2009 5 coin worth paying attention to? Let's first look at its design. On the obverse side of the coin, we have a map of the European Union, with 12 stars representing the member countries. This design reflects the union of nations, a key principle behind the euro currency. It's simple yet powerful, symbolizing the coming together of different cultures and economies into one shared monetary system. On the reverse side, you'll see a stunning design of a copper-colored continent of Europe, designed by Luc Louix. This particular design has remained consistent throughout the years and has become a recognizable symbol of the euro coins. It's a beautiful tribute to the continent, but it's not just the design that has people talking. What makes the 2009 5 € truly unique and valuable is the rarity factor. While the coin was issued across the Eurozone, certain countries minted fewer coins in 2009 compared to other years. The 2009 minting year saw a slightly lower mintage, which makes the coin from that specific year harder to come by, especially in good condition. This rarity is a key factor driving up its value. Coins that were produced in fewer numbers are often sought after by collectors, and when combined with other factors like rarity and condition, their value can climb dramatically. But wait, there's more. One of the most intriguing aspects of this coin is the minting errors that may exist on certain 2009 5 coins. Minting errors can occur when the coin dies or misaligned or when the minting process doesn't go quite as planned. These errors are what make a coin valuable in the eyes of a collector. It could be anything from an off-center strike to a double strike, or even a misaligned die error. These mistakes, though seemingly small, make the coin more unique and significantly increase its worth. Collectors prize these types of coins because they're rare, interesting, and stand out from the regular circulation coins. For example, if you happen to find a 2009 5 € coin that's been struck off-center or shows any other noticeable error, then you've found a coin that could be worth much more than the few cents it was originally worth. Coins with errors like these are often considered one of a kind, making them incredibly desirable to collectors around the world. Now let's talk about condition. For any coin, especially rare ones, condition is everything. A 2009 5 coin that is in uncirculated condition will naturally be worth more than one that's been in heavy circulation. Coins that are well preserved, with no signs of wear and tear, can fetch a significantly higher price. The mint state coins, those that are free of scratches, dings, or discoloration, are always at the top of a collector's wish list. Here's an interesting fact that might just surprise you. Coins in pristine, mint condition are sometimes graded by professional organizations, and that grading can make a world of difference in terms of value. The higher the grade, the higher the price. If you come across a 2009 5 € coin in flawless condition with a unique error or a low mintage, you could be holding a true gem. So, how much could this seemingly ordinary 5 € coin be worth? The value of a 2009 5 coin with rare minting errors or in exceptional condition can reach up to an astonishing $54,000. Yes, you heard that right, $54,000 for a single coin that you might have passed over at the cash register. It's incredible how something as small as a 5 € coin can hold so much potential value. But this is the world of numismatics, and it's all about the rarity, the condition, and those special minting flaws that turn an everyday coin into a collector's treasure. So, if you've got a 2009 5-euro-cent coin, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for any signs of error, misalignment, or wear. If it's in great condition and shows no signs of heavy use, you could be holding onto something that's worth far more than its face value. Remember, it's not just about the coins that are well known or historically significant. Sometimes, the hidden treasures are the ones you least expect. Today, we're diving into a fascinating coin that might be hiding in your collection or possibly in your loose change. You've probably seen it countless times, but have you ever wondered if it could be worth much more than you think? We're talking about the 2004 5-euro-cent coin, a coin that, when you look deeper, may just surprise you with its hidden value. Let's take a closer look at this small yet intriguing piece of currency and why collectors are willing to pay serious money for it. At first glance, the 2004 5-euro-cent coin may seem like just another part of the euro currency, part of the everyday change you might have in your wallet. It's a copper-plated steel coin, relatively small in size, but it has a lot more going for it than meets the eye. This particular coin was minted as part of the first batch of euro coins introduced in 2002. That alone makes it part of a historic shift in European currency, but what makes the 2004 version even more interesting is the unique qualities it possesses. The design of the 2004 5-cent coin is relatively simple but beautifully representative of the unity within the European Union. On the obverse side, you'll see a stunning map of Europe, surrounded by the 12 stars of the European Union. These 12 stars have symbolized the union of European countries since the very beginning of the euro currency. It's not just a map, though, it's a symbol of a new chapter in European history, one that's tied together by a common currency, but it's the reverse side that tells the most interesting story. This side of the coin features an image of a copper-colored European continent, designed by the renowned artist Luc Luix. Luix's design has become iconic, representing the euro currency itself. While the design is elegant and straightforward, it's not what makes this particular coin so desirable to collectors. The rarity, the unique errors, and the minting details are what drive the value of the 2004 5-euro-cent coin. Let's talk about rarity. Like many coins in the euro series, the 2004 5-cent coin was minted in large numbers. However, the value of a coin doesn't always depend on how many were made. What truly matters is how many of them have survived in exceptional condition and how many were minted with rare errors. You see, a coin like this may have been produced by the millions, but over time, only a fraction of them stay in excellent shape or contain interesting minting flaws. That's where the hidden value comes in. Coins like the 2004 5-cent are not just about the rarity of the year, they're also about the condition in which they were preserved. A coin that's been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than one that's been through years of circulation. Coins that show signs of wear and tear lose a lot of their value, but those that look as if they were just minted yesterday can fetch a pretty penny. So, if you've got a 2004 5-cent coin in your collection, be sure to examine it closely. If it's in great condition, you could be sitting on something valuable, but let's take this a step further. There's something even more exciting that could increase the value of your 2004 5-cent coin, and that's the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors are the golden tickets of the numismatic world. These occur when something goes wrong during the production process, creating a coin that's different from the rest. There are several types of minting errors that can make a coin more desirable to collectors, and the 2004 5-cent coin is no exception. One of the most coveted errors to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck off-center during the minting process, leaving part of the design missing or overlapping onto the edge of the coin. If you find a 2004 5-cent coin with a significant off-center strike, you could have a rare and valuable piece on your hands. Another potential error to keep an eye out for is a double strike. A double strike occurs when a coin is struck by the minting die more than once, causing the design to appear twice in slightly different positions. This creates a ghostly effect on the coin that can really make it stand out. Double-struck coins are highly desirable among collectors because they're so rare, and they often come with a hefty price tag. Even die cracks or die clashes can make a coin more valuable. These are errors that happen when the dies used to strike the coins develop cracks or become misaligned. While they might seem like small imperfections, to a collector, these flaws can be like finding a hidden gem. The more noticeable and extreme the flaw, the more sought after the coin becomes, but here's the best part: the 2004 5-euro-cent coin, especially if it's in mint condition or has a rare minting error, can be worth far more than you might expect. Imagine this: if you have a pristine 2004 5-cent coin, or even one with a notable minting error, it could be worth an eye-popping $57,000, that's right, $57,000 for a coin that you might have casually passed by without a second thought. It's crazy how a small piece of copper can hold such immense value in the world of coin collecting. So, if you have a 2004 5-euro-cent coin, now's the time to take a closer look at it. Check for any errors, inspect its condition, and see if you've got a rare find in your possession. This coin might just be worth more than its weight in gold. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that you might not think twice about but could very well be sitting on a hidden fortune. That's right, we're talking about the 2005 5-euro-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary piece of currency, but one that has been catching the attention of serious collectors around the world. You may have seen it before, but you might not have realized just how valuable it could be. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special and why it could be worth more than you ever imagined. The 5-euro-cent coin is part of the euro currency that was introduced in 2002. A small, copper-plated coin, it represents a simple value of 5 cents, but this is far more than just a piece of everyday change. If you happen to have a 2005 version in your collection, or maybe even just tucked away in your pocket, there's a possibility that you could have an extraordinary coin on your hands, one that could fetch a serious amount of money. Let's start by looking at the design of the coin itself. On the obverse, you'll find a beautiful map of Europe, highlighting the unity of the nations that make up the European Union. Surrounding the map are the 12 stars of the EU, a symbol of the alliance between these nations. The design, crafted by Luc Luix, has been a part of the euro coin since their inception and reflects the union and cooperation of European countries coming together under a shared currency. It's a simple, elegant design, but that's not what makes the 2005 5-euro-cent coin so valuable. What really sets it apart is the rarity and the errors that might make it worth far more than its face value. You see, the 2005 year has some unique aspects that collectors really look for. While the 5-euro-cent coin is minted regularly in large numbers, certain years tend to have lower mintage numbers, and the 2005 issue is one of them. A lower mintage makes the coin more difficult to find, and that right there is what makes it more desirable. The fewer there are, the more valuable each one becomes. Think of it like a limited edition item: the rarer it is, the higher the demand and, therefore, the higher the price it can fetch. But wait, there's more to the story than just rarity. What really excites coin collectors are the minting errors that can occur during production. These errors can take an otherwise ordinary coin and turn it into a collector's dream. Minting errors are exactly what they sound like: mistakes that happen during the coin's production, such as misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or even double strikes. These errors create a coin that stands out from the rest, and they are highly sought after by collectors because they are one-kind. So, what kinds of minting errors might be found on the 2005 5-euro-cent coin? Let's take a look. One of the most sought-after errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned with the dies during the minting process, which can leave part of the design off the coin or make it appear slightly distorted. An off-center 2005 5-euro-cent coin can be a rare find, and the more misaligned the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Imagine finding a coin that's completely off-center. That could dramatically increase its worth. Another potential error is a double strike, where the coin is struck twice with the same die, causing the design to overlap and create a blurry or doubled image. This happens when the coin doesn't get ejected from the press properly and is struck again, creating a unique and fascinating effect on the coin's design. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2005 5-euro-cent coin with this error, you could be holding onto something that could be worth a small fortune. Even minor errors like die cracks or clashes can increase the coin's value. Die cracks occur when the dies used to strike the coin start to develop cracks. This creates imperfections in the design, which some collectors find highly desirable. Similarly, die clashes, which occur when two dies unintentionally strike each other without a coin in between, can cause overlapping designs or strange markings on the coin. These are all signs of a rare and unusual coin, which collectors love, but here's the best part: you might be wondering just how much a 2005 5-euro-cent coin could be worth. Well, if it's in perfect condition or has one of those rare minting errors, it could be worth a staggering $55,000, yes, you heard that right, $55,000 for a single 5-euro-cent coin. It's hard to believe, but this is exactly what can happen in the world of numismatics, where the value of a coin is driven by rarity, condition, and those special minting errors. A simple coin that was originally worth just a few cents can skyrocket in value when it has something unique about it. So, if you happen to have a 2005 5-euro-cent coin, now's the time to check it carefully. Look for any signs of minting errors, examine its condition, and see if you've got a true collector's item on your hands. You never know, you could be sitting on a rare treasure that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Today, we're diving into the world of euro coins, specifically the 5-euro-cent from 2006. This seemingly simple, small coin might be sitting in your collection or even your pocket right now, but it could be worth a lot more than you think. That's right, there's a hidden treasure in your change that could be worth thousands of dollars. So, stick around, because you're about to find out why this coin has caught the attention of collectors worldwide and could be worth an impressive sum. When we talk about the 5-euro-cent coin, the first thing that comes to mind is its humble size and the role it plays in everyday transactions across Europe. Minted as part of the European Union's introduction of the euro in 2002, these coins quickly became a staple in currency circulation. The 2006 5-euro-cent coin may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but if you know what to look for, it can become a prized gem in your collection. Let's start with the design. On the obverse, we see a map of Europe, highlighting the European Union and the 12 stars that represent the unity of the member states. The reverse of the coin shows a beautiful depiction of a European continent, with a clean and simple design that might seem typical for everyday currency. But what makes this particular 2006 5-euro-cent coin stand out? The truth is, what makes this coin truly valuable lies in its rarity, and more importantly, the errors that can sometimes occur during its minting process. You see, while the 5-euro-cent 2006 was produced in large numbers, there are certain coins that have slipped through the cracks with special characteristics that can make them incredibly valuable. One of the main reasons this coin could be worth a lot of money is due to minting errors. Minting errors occur during the production process, and they can make a coin stand out in a way that no ordinary coin can. These errors can range from minor imperfections to more noticeable defects. But when it comes to coins like the 2006 5-euro-cent, even the smallest error can make a big difference in value. So, what types of errors should you keep an eye out for? One of the most sought-after errors is a misaligned die. This occurs when the coin is struck off-center, leading to the design appearing shifted or misaligned. If you find a 2006 5-euro-cent with a misaligned die, you found a rare coin that many collectors would love to get their hands on. Another type of minting error that makes this coin even more valuable is the double strike error. This happens when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled or blurred. A double-struck coin can be a true rarity, and if you have one, it could significantly increase the value of your coin. On top of that, there are other errors such as off-metal errors and die cracks that can happen during the minting process. These can make the coin look completely different from what it was intended to be, which is exactly what collectors love. After all, it's those imperfections and unusual features that make a coin stand out from the rest of the batch. Now, here's the part that's going to blow your mind: how much can this coin actually be worth? The truth is, depending on the condition of the coin and any potential minting errors, your 2006 5-euro-cent coin could be worth an astonishing $59,000. Yes, you heard that right, $59,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 5 euro cents. The rarity, the errors, and the unique characteristics of this coin have made it a highly sought-after piece among collectors. In fact, the price of coins like this can fluctuate depending on the demand and the quality of the coin. But, if you happen to have one of these rare finds in your collection, you might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So, if you're checking through your coins or looking for rare pieces in your collection, make sure to take a closer look at your 2006 5-euro-cent coins. Inspect them carefully for any minting errors or unique features. It could just be the treasure you've been searching for all along. Before we wrap up, if you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to stay up to date on all the exciting discoveries in the world of rare coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future videos. You never know when you might find your next hidden gem. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into a coin that might be hiding in your collection or even in your spare change right now. Yes, we're talking about the 5-euro-cent from 2007. This coin might look small, but it's got some serious potential. So, stay tuned because this little piece of currency could be worth a lot more than you think. At first glance, the 2007 5-euro-cent coin might seem like just another one of those everyday coins that you toss in your pocket or your change jar. It's one of those familiar faces in the European Union's currency family, with the European continent and the 12 stars of the EU on the obverse. However, there's so much more to this coin than meets the eye. What makes the 2007 5-euro-cent stand out from other coins of its kind? It all comes down to rarity and minting errors. These factors can make this seemingly ordinary coin worth much more than its face value. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Even though the 5-euro-cent is a commonly used coin in many European countries, the 2007 edition is special. Why? For one, it has a relatively low mintage compared to other years, which means fewer coins were made. A lower mintage automatically increases the rarity, and as we all know, rarity is one of the biggest factors in determining a coin's value, but there's another reason this coin is so highly valued, and that's because of minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production of a coin. These errors can result in a coin with a unique, sometimes strange appearance that collectors absolutely love. After all, it's these rare, one-of-a-kind coins that can send prices skyrocketing. So, let's talk about what kind of minting errors you should be on the lookout for with this particular coin. The first type of error you want to keep an eye out for is a misaligned die. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the dies that stamp the design onto it. The result is a shifted design or a coin that looks like it was stamped at an angle. Misaligned die errors make the coin stand out, and collectors love them because they're unique and scarce. Next, you've got the double strike error. This is another highly desirable mistake that occurs when a coin is struck more than once, often with a slight shift. The design becomes doubled, which can make the coin appear blurry or overlapping in certain spots. Double strikes are a classic error that can really elevate a coin's value, especially when it comes to rare years like 2007. Another interesting error you might find is off-metal errors, where the coin might be struck using a different metal than intended. These errors happen when the wrong material is fed into the minting machine, resulting in a coin with a different look or feel. Although less common, an off-metal error on a 2007 5-euro-cent would definitely attract collectors. Die cracks and die clashes are also errors that occasionally occur in the minting process. Die cracks are fractures that can form in the dies used to stamp the coin's design, causing a visible crack or line on the coin. Die clashes occur when the dies strike each other without a coin in between, which can leave marks or impressions on the coin's surface. These errors add another layer of uniqueness to the coin, which collectors find fascinating and valuable. Now, here's the real kicker: how much could a 5-euro-cent from 2007 actually be worth? Well, depending on the condition of the coin, and whether it has one of these rare minting errors, the value of this coin can soar. If you're fortunate enough to have a coin that's in excellent condition or one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a jaw-dropping value of $50,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $50,000 for a coin that was originally worth only a few cents. The price can vary depending on the rarity and quality of the coin, but some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare pieces, especially if they're in pristine condition or feature a significant error. So, before you toss your 2007 5-euro-cent into your jar of spare change, take a moment to check it carefully. A simple mistake in the minting process could turn your small coin into a small fortune. Remember, the world of coin collecting is all about paying attention to the details. You never know when you might come across a rare error coin that could skyrocket in value. If you've got any €5 2007 coins in your collection, now's the time to check them out and see if they're hiding a treasure. Before we wrap up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future discoveries. We've got a lot more exciting coin finds coming your way, and you won't want to miss them. Thanks for tuning in, and happy hunting. Keep an eye out for those hidden treasures in your coin collection. You never know what you might find next.